Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Ep.10. In the last part, we went through the first half of the moon base level, and now it's time for us to go take the fight to Spectre at the top of the laser here. This room gave me some trouble, I remember, as a kid, just because I was really bad at the platforming.
Yeah, and it's like, it doesn't help, like, as much as the game is relatively smooth, if you mess up on the jumps, you fall very hard.
Yeah, and like, it's a thing of, in all three games, the jump in this is very tight and sharp, but there's enough weight to it when you jump that it's very easy to over or undershoot. And that's where things like the Sky Flyer can come in handy, yes, but it's very easy to just fall to your death and lose some HP. I hate missile monkeys. I hate them so much.
I do too.
Get over here. Ah!
And it's like, I love how, like, earlier Pippochi was, like, pointing out to you that there was a monkey, and it's like, yes, I see the monkey throwing missiles in my face.
I'm just imagining the monkey doing the Eminem tossing a rat meme. So our goal here is to get over to that pole in the distance, I want to say, but we have to get up to an upper level to do that, unless I'm forgetting the structure of this level, which is entirely possible. I know the upper half pretty well. I am a little fuzzy on this part. Oh, hi, Neo. Couldn't dodge that bullet. Also, I was curious at something, so I was looking something up. We brought up last time that we kind of wish that this moon base and some longer levels in the series were split into maybe several smaller levels like a Wily Castle. Technically, this level is, but only in the way of the final boss is a separate level on the level select compared to this, so you can refight the boss at any point. It's like, why can't you do that for the other parts of it?
Yeah, well, it's like, it makes sense that they wanted to make a separate level, because, like, if you just want to straight up go after the boss instead of, like, doing a huge marathon level again.
Yeah.
But it's true, though. It's like, why couldn't you do that for, like, this stage? And it's like, it could, like we said last time, too, it could have been a thing of they ran out of disk space, or, like, it was just a design elements.
I feel like probably some people would also bring up, like, well, it's meant to be the epic final level, so of course it's going to be large. And I think there's a point to that, but I think with platformers of this type, it's better to really have those short bursts.
Agreed.
And, like, having the castle set up like what a Wily or Sigma castle would have still has that epic last thing going on, especially if they're like, alright, if you devote yourself to going to the castle, you're in the castle and you can't leave it until either you get a game over or else.
Or you win.
Like, if you were forced to marathon it and just, like, if you died and got a game over, you had to start over from the start of the level you were at. I think that'd be a fun way to do that all the same. This platforming's tight, by the way. These things collapse when you get on them. Stay towards the center and hopefully don't trip.
Poor Jimmy. He ran out of cookies.
Jimmy has it rough.
He really does. He has to be in space without a spacesuit.
I mean, not even Goku could survive that situationally. Alright, this is where things can be a little weird because we want to fly over here with the Sky Flyer, because I want to get these coins, but also you might have just heard there's a monkey over here. Technically there's two, but we can't grab the other one yet. Gee, I wonder what that's a reference to. Ah! Stupid missiles!
Stupid missile monkey. Oh my god.
That is a monkey! We can't capture it yet.
No.
For reasons. We need one more tool to do so.
Do you think the monkey version of that scene would be, I love bananas. I know.
Either that or the monkey's actually expecting the I love you, but then the bananas instead they're like, ah! If you mess up with these bomb platforms you need to drag, by the way, they do respawn, so don't worry about messing it up. The timer is generous enough on each of these that you don't really need to worry about messing it up, but just in case.
Yeah, it does give a little sense of urgency. But it's not like you're completely screwed if you mess it up.
Yep. And if memory serves, once we get through this door, it is boss time, so get yourself ready.
Prepare yourself, Jimmy, for the final fight!
Oh, sorry, I have one more platform segment.
Never mind.
Ah, the mood's ruined.
What took you so long, little Jimmy?
Your giant platforming
Sorry,
level.
but we've already finished preparing the lethargy laser for firing.
Don't do it!
I won't, not just yet. First, I must take revenge for the Freaky Monkey 5. The cymbal crashing monkey.
Not the cymbal crashing
For
monkey!
years mocked by humans, will now be a symbol for the ascendance of monkey kind. One that will now incite fear. So, have fun playing with your new friend, Jimmy.
The cymbal crashing monkey can be a little troublesome because while it can spawn extra enemies, we need to wait for its weak spot to be open compared to a lot of other boss fights. In particular, it needs to do a certain attack, and watch out for the sucking attack. Oh god. The hardest attack it has to avoid, though, is this one right here. A giant laser that then travels across the screen. You need to really time a sky flyer to get through it and then head towards the center because it gets tired after that. The laser is a real tough thing to dodge, though, because as you've seen just then even, when you dodge it, you still feel like you should be getting hit by it.
It's one of those where it's like very precise.
Yeah. The homing missiles look more dangerous, but they're honestly not much to worry about. If you even run in a circle, you'll get around them pretty quickly. Oh god. Goofy little final boss, but it can hurt. On top of the fact this is, of course, just phase 1.
Yep. You don't think Spectre's just gonna let us off with just a cymbal monkey, do you?
No, I refuse. I do think this is definitely a better, like, final, or at least first final boss fight than Ape Escape 1. Because Ape Escape 1's final boss is pretty weak for the most part, in terms of how it feels. I'm not even talking difficulty-wise, I'm just talking like it just doesn't feel like a very well-designed or very interesting fight. This definitely feels a lot more interesting. Hoppa!
No! I mean, yes!
Surprise, little man. Feast your eyes upon his true form. Ultra Goliath.
Ah!
Behold the sheer perfection, the exquisite simian symmetry. Ultra Goliath will crush you like an ant. Watch out there, or you'll become part of the floor. All you can do now is run and hide, little man. He won't move! I don't believe it! You've tricked me again, haven't you, Jimmy?
But I didn't do anything, Spectre! If you want to blame someone, blame yourself!
Silence! I don't need his legs to beat you anyway! I'll get you for sure this time! Ah!
The reveal this is literally an upgraded version of the final boss in the first game is kind of neat, though. Ultra Goliath is where this fight genuinely gets dangerous, because while it has a lot of the same attacks that are just like stronger variants, like 2 waves of homing missiles instead, Its most dangerous attack actually involves its now floating hands, because not only can it grab you and chuck you into the ground, which hurts, but every now and then, he'll put his fists in the air and they'll track onto you. They will then punch downwards. That can break the platform. There's a reason the platform is segmented into all these pieces. Each piece is separate, and you need to keep that in mind. I think he starts doing that attack after you hit him once, which works the same way it did in the last phase. He does a giant laser attack, in this case, which creates a shockwave you can sky flyer over. A lot easier to dodge. Then you just magnet his core and then hit him.
It feels like it's like kind of like a bit of a time limit boss in that regard.
The platforms do eventually come back, I think, but you need to be very careful about your placement, more accurately. Because, yes, the platforms can be destroyed one at a time, but if you place yourself at the intersection of multiple platforms like that, you can destroy whole chunks at a time. And since he usually does it 3 to 4 times in a row, you could easily destroy more than half of the arena at once and just give yourself no room to move around on, which is a mistake young me did several times in this fight.
I will say, like, design-wise of the platforms, it actually, it kind of gives you an idea of what to do because of the shape of it. And it's kind of like, it kind of makes you think, oh, I should go to, like, the outer sections and kind of work my way in, so I'm not, like, stuck right by him.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, like there he did it 6 times. It's very easy to just run out of platform here.
Also, the platforms do come back pretty quick, so I retract my earlier statement.
Yeah, you know, if this game actively had like a real difficulty select, I could totally see a hard mode making them not respawn for like a minute. And that would be, whew. Harder final boss than Ape Escape 1's on the whole, but it's more or less just a war of attrition at this point, because, for one thing, if you die, I think you do start back here instead of at Cymbal Crashing Monkey. But I think if he still has the ability to spawn opponents, or spawn little ads, I think the ads in the last phase can drop health, so they probably can still here as well. So you don't have to worry too much. I think the hardest Ape Escape boss fights aren't until 3, and even then, those aren't too hard. Oh, God.
Ouch! Poor Jimmy. He's not having a good day.
Does any Ape Escape protagonist?
Good point.
I feel like they all have pretty bad days.
Yep.
If not now, then definitely later.
Yeah. Monkey see, monkey do.
Ooh, yeah, and that's the thing as well. If you're too slow about magnetizing the core's shield off, he does just go into his next attack phase immediately and repeats. And if that happens, you're not out of luck. It's just another phase you have to survive, but if you're running low on health, this can get pretty stressful. I do think my favorite final boss in the series is probably 3's, but if you haven't noticed throughout this commentary, 3 is probably just my favorite, period. Because it does so many things right. Always made me thought as well, maybe they should have added like if they had other difficulty modes, they could have actually had a phase where the Goliath actively gets out of the ground.
Yeah.
Like, just kick attacks.
That would actually be pretty cool if they did that.
And they kind of deliver on that later, but that's a different game at that point. I guess that's a big thing as well. Like, I compare this game so much to 3 specifically. Alright, once you get past a certain point in the fight, things get a little more tense, because now he cuts the size of the arena in half. So now you really need to be deliberate about where you place these fists, otherwise you are just gonna take a lot of damage very quickly. Thankfully, I think by this point he does reduce the amount of times he does the punch down, but with the limited space you have, it's harder to avoid attacks like this as well. I do like that laugh, though. That laugh is goofy. He's so happy with himself that he got to Spike, ironically, the kid who's not Spike.
He wishes he could Spike.
Alright, I forget, is this the final blow? I think there's one more shot after that. Oh, come on! I got there as soon as I could, game.
I kind of love that every voice actor Spectre had was just really hamming it up.
Yeah, they clearly understood the assignment for what kind of character Spectre was, and I'm very glad about that. Like, with villains like this, you either need to go over the top serious or realize it's all just super goofy. And this series is goofy to the point where it's very aware of itself, so I'm glad about that.
Well, it's a game about capturing monkeys. Well, granted, they did try to make it serious with the PlayStation Move game.
Yeah, they did.
Yet with the same goofy monkeys.
Well, yeah, because they're iconic. You can't replace those. I mean, what's up with that? There we go. That's sort of game.
What could I have done wrong?
People! Hey, Spectre! Spectre, stop! Spectre!
You made it further than I would have expected. Not too shabby for a mere human.
Not too bad yourself for a monkey!
You are a tough little man, aren't you? I respect that. But this is the end of the line for you. The trigger for the lethargy laser is right behind me. Once I flick this switch, it'll be game over for you humans.
What?
Come now. Surely you can't refuse the chance to be ruled by superior beings.
You got us wrong. You don't know anything about us.
What?
Humans never stop trying. That's what gives us a future. We'll never give in to the likes of you.
Give up. You don't stand a chance.
I didn't even try to jump out of the way.
Let's go home, Pippichi.
Alright, so that's technically the end of the game. But you might have noticed that ending feels a little incomplete. There's a reason for that. Similarly to Ape Escape 1, we're not done yet. We've already talked about several times throughout the game we have to revisit levels to catch all the monkeys. We're only at about maybe the 2/3 point, but the rest of the LP is going to go by a little more quickly than you'd think. But we're just going to let the credits roll. Let the music play because these are really cute and funny credits with good music, so we're just gonna end this off here preemptively. Want to thank you all for stopping on in, and in part 10, part 11, we're gonna start the second round of levels. See you guys then.